I want you to read this comment first. So this person is asking, when I first tried to speak English, how much time it took me, whether it took me months, it took me years. I have to explain that, or this person, I think most of you want to know this, and which is a very genuine question. I'll be definitely replying to it. I'll be replying in a very creative manner because, okay, let's see how it goes. And he also asks or says that this will inspire so many people and people like him. I completely agree to his statements because when I was learning, okay, start from this point itself, when I was learning, when I was into this phase, so I also wanted someone to guide me. No matter how much guidance I was getting from YouTube, from here and there, it was always less for me. I always used to think it was a kind of a spoon feeding feeling it was at that moment, because I just wanted someone to do that entire thing to me. Means I just wanted that one ultimate solution which was already within me, and I don't know where I was just looking for that solution here and there. But still I will try to answer it. Not try to, I will be giving its full answer. And I think in most of my videos, I think 2 or 3 of my videos, I have already explained that how I started, from where I started. But for some struggled part, I will again be tight-lipped because probably I'm just waiting for a precious moment where I will be blurting out. Let's see when it happens, but I am determined enough that it will happen for sure, because you cannot just mention each and everything every time with everyone. So in this video, I will be covering some points, and let me brief you with that. When I first spoke in this language, means when I first felt that I was speaking okay, or might try actually, because as I always say that we all have some kind of exposure since our childhood, so I cannot really decide that one particular date, but still I will try. What inspired me to become fluent in this language? How much time did it take me to become fluent in this language, whether it took me months or years? Then what resources I used for myself, what strategies I applied, what worked for me and what didn't work. Now it may be sounding to you people that this video would be so long, but I would try to keep it short. And the things, I think the last point I mentioned, I have mentioned in one of my recent videos, that what strategies worked for me and what didn't work for me. So for that particular point, I will just brief you people. I will try to summarize it because the detailed video is already available. And the last point, but the most beautiful point, that how I became an ESL coach. How did I become a trainer, a spoken English trainer? And I've been working as a spoken English trainer for more than 3 years now. Now you must be thinking that yeah, like you people are absolutely bothered about my age. I don't know why. So you must be thinking that she still looks younger and how she's saying 3 years. So I would be explaining everything, literally everything. And I think see, if you really want to know this question, that how much time did it take me to become fluent in English, so you are probably just inquisitive about it, about to know my journey and something like that, or you seriously want to implement in your journey. Because as I said, someone's journey definitely inspires you only if you are listening to it, or you want to listen to it with good intentions. You are just not inquisitive about it, but you really want to implement in it, you really want to relate it with your journey. Otherwise, if you just think, or you're just testing that, let's see how much time did it take to this girl, we'll see, or you're taking it in some other way, or you're taking it otherwise. So again, it depends. Okay, hello everybody, this is Tanya, your ESL coach, and in this video I'm going to answer certain questions of yours, and it will definitely be helping to you people, to your journey, because it's about my journey. And I will try to be very precise with my answers. Let's see how it goes. So the first question was, when did I try to speak this language first? So again, I say, or I would like to say, that it was never a first time for me. I always loved this language. I would start this question with one of my incidents. So as I told you people, or you must be aware that my schooling was not from an English medium school. It was a Hindi medium, pure Hindi medium school. Having said that, I started with English medium. Means I may not blurt out all the things, but okay, because I can't control myself, or I can't help myself speaking about this. I studied, it was not really like an English medium school, but it was kind of play school. So I studied there till third standard. But again, it made a lot of difference to my life, because when you start with books, English books, so it doesn't matter whether the school is good or not, you have the exposure anyhow. So I did have the exposure, because I used to consider that if you have social studies, if you have maths, if you have science, so all these books are supposed to be in English. This was my mentality. And after third standard, for some reason, I had to go to a, means we tried, I'm not saying that we didn't try, but I think I was bound to go there, means it was in my destiny, because we tried. mm, okay, let it be. So it couldn't happen, and then I had to go to that school, means that school, it was of Hindi medium school. So there, so that's why from fourth standard to 10th standard, that's why I consider that yes, my schooling happened from a Hindi medium school. Yeah, but as I told you that my books were all I started with English books, so this was in my mind that English is something I have to know, I am supposed to know. So okay, coming back to the real answer, let me think also. I guess I completed till 10th, and I, yes, okay, first, when I first used to speak, so let me be very frank in it, let me be very honest to it. I used to see myself in front of the mirror, and I have explained this thing also in some of my videos, that I really like speaking in front of people, though I have that stage fear a little bit. Means earlier I had a lot when I was in school, but still I used to try. So I always wanted to speak, and that's why I always used to stand in front of the mirror and I used to speak. But if you say that when I first spoke to the people, so that was the time uh, of 2019 itself, right? 2019, as I have mentioned many a time in my videos also, that I joined a community there. And before that also I used to speak. I remember my first line, like while speaking all these things, I just remember my day in like starting days of my 11th standard, when I first entered in that school, because I completed my 10th, or my that secondary education from that Hindi medium school, and then again I went to a missionary school. It was good. Okay, so I am really thankful that I could go to that school. Fine. So I like we had an English teacher, and she was really good. She was really really fluent, and people used to admire her. So I just spoke a line. She asked me that, did you come yesterday? So I said, I had to answer that no, I was absent or something. So I said something, means I'm not really remembering it at this moment, but I said that no, I was not present yesterday. So she said, so you were absent. So this one incident I'm remembering, and since then I started thinking, yeah, in that same school, what I used to think, आपको समझ में आएगा कि जैसे we had a math session, and just because all sisters were there, sisters and fathers, sisters basically were there, so they used to speak in English most of the time. However, their accent and everything was different, but still she used to. So in that mathematics class, I wanted to speak that one line in English. मुझे एक वो line English में बोलनी थी, and for that what I did, I practiced a lot, many a time in my head, 5 times 6 times कि अच्छा मुझे अभी ऐसे बोलना है. I will, means I wanted to say that do we have any alternative for this method or for this sum. So I practiced 4 to 5 times in my mind, then finally I spoke up. I felt so good. Then I thought that okay, I can speak more, I can speak more. Then I 6 to 7 times, that you can count in fingers, 6 to 7 times I spoke few of the sentences in that particular school. Then I completed my schooling in 2000, no, school, not schooling, I passed my 12th standard, I think, in 2019. Yes. So then 2019, then corona, covid and everything came, and we all were in the lockdown. So in the lockdown period, I think in 2020, last of 2020, and I'm not really recalling, between 2019 or 2020. So then I joined the community, and from there I started speaking. And don't think that I was speaking so good, because see, law of attraction. So law of attraction is something, if you desperately want something, when you create images in your mind, then it starts happening to you. And now I am realizing, I might not realize at that time, but you can also follow it. So I had made this clear picture in my mind, means I had made a full story in my mind. Because yeah, I was in college. Having said that, I was at home only, because we were in lockdown. So I imagined everything, that some other guests are coming to our college, and I am standing on that bench, I am speaking something, people are admiring to me, and all these things I already imagined. For that, what I did, I just took out one of the old books of my brother's grammar book. I took grammar, because just like you people, I also used to think that grammar is something we have to start with. So I also started with grammar. बिल्कुल ग्रामर से मैंने स्टार्ट किया, एंड 2 to 3 months 4 months I just gave my 100, not 100%, I gave my 80%, because I'm a bit lazy. So I gave my 80% learning all that grammar rules and all. But yeah, I could not really learn it until I started, or speaking, yeah, until I started speaking, I could not really learn it. So after that 2 3 months, that miracle happened. One of my friends called me, and there is a she said that there is a startup, people are just offering us kind of a conference call just for 200 rupees. So I paid 200 rupee, I continued for 3 months. Okay, now I'm coming back to the answer, that how much time it took me. So that 3 months, I'm telling you, that 3 months I practiced like a learner. Practice in the sense, we used to be in a conference call. I have shot this detailed video as well. So that 3 months, 2 months I did, then I took a break of 1 2 weeks. Then, because there were so many reasons, like I was shy to gender, means opposite gender. So I was thinking that what they would be thinking, especially the boys, I'm just being honest here, what would they be thinking, that this girl doesn't know how to speak nicely. They used to appreciate me a lot, used to, in the sense, because they were also kids, they were also my age. I was image conscious, I am image conscious. So yeah, I took 1 or 2 week of break, and then I again. So overall I did for 3 months, because I paid 203 times, I remember my brother paid. Okay, then after that 3 months in that same organization, whatever little I knew at that time, I started to speak. Sorry, I started taking sessions. You can't really call it session, because there was nothing as such a session, but I was the main, and I used to conduct that conference call between those two people. And yeah, they used to call me ma'am, obviously, so you can consider me like an instructor. So there I continued, and they were paying me for that 300, means. So yeah, again, I will not talk about that payment and all, but yeah, I never took care of that, because I could never imagine that I could earn money from this. So then what I did, या मैंने 8 months तक क्लासेस, मैंने 8 months तक ये प्रोसेस को किया. एंड देन समथिंग हैपेंड, बिकॉज वेन एवर यू आर इन द सेम कम्युनिटी, you fight, girls fight, I also fought. So okay, then I left that, and it was blessing in disguise, because when I left that, so in that same organization I met a person named Sadaf. So she told me about British School of Languages. You have seen me seen my lot of videos where I have mentioned and I have posted some of the videos of BSL, British School of Languages. There I continued for 3 years. You can consider that I'm still an employee over there. So I have been teaching now at BSL for 3 years. Now you would be thinking कि ऐसे कैसे हो गया कि मैंने 8 months लिए. तो if I have to brief it कि मुझे as a learner कितने टाइम लगे, तो हाँ 3 months लगा, because I was not really like people कि नहीं मुझे grammar, vocabulary सब देखना है. I used to focus too much on sentence formation part. I used to frame sentence. ये जो भी मैंने सीखा है ना कि have के बाद V3 has V3 means these are the very basic rules, but I'm saying I started with all these things. I started observing कि अच्छा he के बाद nose लगा रहे हैं, they are adding he knows, they are saying that he has done, but I have done, and after have also they are adding v3. So all these things I learned by speaking only. So again I would say that I reached to below intermediate level, B1. I reached to below intermediate level within 3 months. Then that 8 months, like an interest instructor, I reached to above intermediate level. Sorry, that means B2 level. Okay, now I really don't know what my level is, but whatever I learned throughout this 3 years of journey, or 3.5 years, yeah, 3 years of journey, I learned through teaching only. मैंने सिर्फ teaching से ही सीखा है. Then yeah, I got to know that there could be multiple ways to explain the same things, and this is my habit since my childhood. I used to teach, means I was so good at mathematics, as I told you people, like we were in that school where teaching was good for sure, but most of you people won't believe, but most of my friends used to be dependent upon me for mathematics. So I never knew that I could switch from mathematics to English, but it happened. And now, yes, I am teaching to students. I mostly prefer teaching to working professionals, homemakers. I don't like teaching to kids because I have that short tempered issues, or I just can't handle them. I can't handle their parents. But I am polite. I think I'm soft hearted. I am a pure soul, but still, like, I hope you understand. So, yeah, I do teach. And from that same organization as itself, I got ESL and TESOL certification. Yeah, these two certifications, these two are my assets. I may be doing something in future also. I may move ahead with CELTA certification. Let's see what I can do, or what my god allows me to do. I hope you liked it. I hope you will be able to relate it with your journey. You might have gotten some ideas that you may be implementing in your journey as well. Some of them correspond to your journey, or it may not. It depends. I would get to know this only if you answer me, or only if you comment me. Then only I will get to know the answers or your statements. Okay, now thank you so much. Today I felt so good explaining all these things, because this is the fact. I read it somewhere that people feel so amazed explaining about their journey, or telling something about themselves. So I also enjoyed a lot, and thank you so much to that person who asked me this question. And I'm really sorry, I just can't remember or can't recall your name, but I'm so thankful to you to ask me this question, and I could make this video. Now see you soon in the next video. Till then, bye.